I'm definitely a little bit nervous, but I'm trying to put myself out there. I wanted to share what are the top 3 things you basically need to remember when you're taking photographs if you're just a beginner. So for those that have done photography or videography for a while, that's definitely not relevant, so you can swipe and get out of this video. But for those that are just starting, there are really 3 components of photography, and I encourage you to use manual mode when you start. Try on auto and then try switching it up to manual. Number 1 is your shutter speed. This is basically, imagine your lens being an eye, and your eye blinks. Once it blinks, it captures the photo. So your shutter speed essentially is how fast the shutter shuts when you're taking a photo, and how much light do you allow. The higher it is, the lower light you allow, but you can take sharper pictures if they're moving around. So imagine like go on and it blink, and then that will take the picture. If you're at a sports event or anything that's like a lot of movements, the higher the shutter speed, the better for you it will be. But if you want to take those long border shots that you see a lot of people take, like of the stars or like buses and cars and stuff, you can lower that shutter speed, and what happens is it slows down the motion, so you capture more, slows down the shutter, and you can capture more movement in front of you, and it gets at that view of like how can I say, that line if a bus is passing, or you'll see like a cityscape, for example. Let's see this recording. First time doing it. Number 2 is your aperture. Your aperture is basically how much light do you allow in the sensor. It's kind of like if you keep your eye open, how much light do you allow it to see? Again, thinking as your sensor being or like your shutter, or like your camera being your eye. The lower it is, the more light you allow, and also the lower it is, the more blur you'll see in the background if you're closer to the picture. Just like when you move around, just imagine when you're walking around and when you see something closer to you, how everything else is blurred in the background. That's what it is. And if you want to allow more light, keep it as low as possible. But if you see that your picture is not dark, then you can adjust it. And then number 3 is this thing that helps basically your picture. If none of these 2 things work, none of the shutter speed or the aperture works, is the ISO. It's I call it like fake light, basically. It's in camera, and it can just like adjust the picture. It kind of like brings the brightness up. And so if you're in night conditions, you use it a little bit. But what happens is the more you increase the ISO, the more like noisy the picture becomes. Like, you know how like if you take a picture without a flash, and if it's like nighttime, you won't be able to like see a lot because it's all like blurred out or something, like it's all like messed up. It's because of the ISO. These are the top 3 things that you need to remember. Try to take a picture and send it to me in the comments, and maybe I can check it out, or just like would love to see what you do and wherever you live. But I hope this is useful. Thank you.